Hey everyone, it's Manan, and I thought I'll make a quick video about something really crazy that happened to me just a few days ago. So, I had a face to face encounter with death. I was on my way to the airport. There was something happening in Mumbai. I had to fly to Mumbai, and the cab driver fell asleep. He fell asleep and he rammed the cab into a truck. The accident was so serious that the cab driver is probably not going to make it. He's in the ICU, he hasn't woken up since the accident, and they're saying he's probably not gonna make it. I was behind him, so I didn't get hurt as much as him, obviously. But even then, it was quite serious. I had to go through a minor surgery, I got stitches, my eye got all busted up. And yeah, so all in all, it was a bad accident, and I kind of saw death, man. I looked into death's eyes. And you know how they say, you know how people, when they go through something like this, a lot of people, they say they learned a lot and a lot of things transformed for them. Something like that happened for me too. And it was so powerful that, I'm going to go as far as saying my whole life has shifted. Who I am within, my core has shifted. And so I want to share those things with you in this video, and I'll just dive right into it. I'm also doing a workshop in April where I'm going to be teaching some of these principles in detail, but I just want to dive into it right now and touch upon it a little bit, give you the outline of what it is that I'm really talking about. So I'm going to say three things to you, yeah? I like the number 3 because 2 is just not enough and 4 gets a little complicated, so let's just go with 3. I'm going to give you 3 things. Number 1, everything that is stressing you out or that you see as an obstacle or that is a problem in your life is an illusion. And you have to discover this for yourself, because it's like there's a machine inside you that's like a projector. You know how a projector works? It creates the screen on a film or whatever you have. So it's like a projector that's inside you, and that's creating all these images, and you're going and grappling with the images, fighting with the images. What you need to discover and realize is that there's a projector that's inside you. That's the projector you need to switch off, or maybe you need to play a different thing there. So the suffering, the obstacles, it's all an illusion, or you can also say it's all self-generated. And even though this is not something that is, not common knowledge, because a lot of spiritual teachers, a lot of personal development teachers talk about this, that you are the author of your life. But it's just not enough to hear it. It has to be experienced. It has to be an experiential thing. That's why I'm big on transformational learning and not just informational stuff. There are 2 types of teachers. Teachers that give you facts, and there are teachers that shift something inside you. So I aspire to be that second kind of teacher. And that's why I would say, after you're done with the video, the first thing you should do is sign up for the workshop happening on the 7th of April. Because that's where we'll actually shift things for you. That's where we'll actually make you go inside yourself and experience this so that it becomes automatic. The transformation becomes automatic. So number 1, your obstacles and your suffering is all an illusion. It's all self-generated. It's all bullshit. It's kind of like a joke, in fact. The moment you realize that everything negative that you've been experiencing it's a lie, it's all because of you, you start laughing. But you also need a certain degree of humility, because otherwise there's too much ego, right? I mean, you glorify your obstacle, you're fighting it. Why the fuck would you want to say that you're the one who's created it, right? So you need a certain degree of humility to let this land. Okay, number 2. We are all one. And again, this is common knowledge. Everybody's talking about it. So non-duality and oneness is something that if you start practicing or bringing into your life, all your issues with people will disappear. Now, it could be anything, okay? It could be that maybe you feel lonely, you miss your ex, or something different. It could be that you're just not good at maintaining relationships, whatever. But all your issues with people will disappear the moment you realize that there is no such thing as other people. It's all you. It's just one thing. We're all one. This has to be experienced. And however, it's easy to experience this. Simply by holding this knowledge in front of you when you're around people, or when you're in, whatever you're doing in your daily life, whenever you're like in a situation, if you just remind yourself of this, things will start happening. All you need with this is a reminder. So I would suggest you create some kind of, anchors for this. Like, keep something with you, something that reminds you of this. So like, I have a compass that I keep with me, and that's a reminder to me, that's an anchor to me, that I always have to follow my heart. I don't have to worry about what needs to be done in life. As long as I'm following my heart, I'm going in the right direction. So that compass is my anchor for that. I have a magnifying glass, a small magnifying glass. That is an anchor for me to always remember that it's important to dive deep into situations, to understand the real truth behind the surface. So these little physical things, they're very powerful, okay? You can create anchors for anything, any thought, any way of being, any mindset that you want to really instill in yourself. You can create an anchor for that. So create an anchor for this. Everyone is you. Everything is one. Now this brings us to the last thing I want to share with you in this video. And like I said, you really have to experience these principles. Just listening to them is not enough. So make sure, I know I'm saying this again and again, but make sure you sign up for the goddamn workshop. Now, the last thing is, be on a journey where you're doing everything, but you're doing it for no goddamn reason. This is probably the most difficult and complicated advice to understand, because in essence what I'm saying is, you have to realize that the whole world, as they say in Hinduism, is Maya. So you have to realize that there's really nothing to do here. You could just kick back and chill. You could just sit, open a beer, listen to music and chill. And don't let anybody bloody get in your head and tell you that, oh, you need to do something, otherwise you're not worthy, oh, you need to make money. All that is bullshit. All that is, we've created these concepts. We've created these definitions of success. They don't exist out there in nature. So number one, realize that everything is already perfect. So nothing is required, really. But then on the flip side, because that's how the world works, okay? It's yin and yang, it's day and night. On the flip side, you should be doing some really big things. You should be solving some world level problems. Solve hunger in the world, solve poverty in the world, solve corruption in the world. I don't know, take your pick. Okay? But again, whatever you're doing, whether it's making a lot of money, running a business, excelling at your job, whatever you're doing, it should not come from a place of, oh my God, I need to do this. I must do this. It defines my worth. No. You're already perfect. The world is already perfect. But you're doing what you're doing for the heck of it. Just to have fun. Just to play. Because this whole world is just a game. This whole world is just there for you to dance in it, so to speak. So do really epic and big things, but make sure they're coming from this place of, it's all good already. versus a needy place, versus a place of like, you need to get validated by achieving something, you need to feel worthy by achieving that. That shit does not help you. And whether or not you believe in the spiritual concepts that I'm telling you, simply the impact, the practical impact of coming from a place of I'm doing it for the heck of it is very powerful. It turns you into somebody who's able to do things that the other person who's a needy person or who's doing it because he needs validation, he's not able to do the things you're able to do, because you're freer in a sense. You come from this place of freedom. You get it? So I'm gonna wrap it up now, and 7th April, guys, there is a lot of stuff I want to share with you. My meeting with death has kind of unlocked so many things for me, and really I'm just on a roll now, and I have a lot to give. So come check it out. Let's talk. Let's discuss what you want to do. Tell me your goals. Tell me any obstacles that you're experiencing. We'll make your obstacles vanish, and we'll make your goals, we'll put you on the fast track to your goals. I'll see you there.